Nashville. Rookie Anna Beatrice became the first female winner in Firestone Indy Lights history. But points leader Richard Antonucci is looking to take back the headlines this week as we get set for a doubleheader at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Antonucci scored his first series victory here 1 year ago and is looking to do it again. The Twin 100s from Mid-Ohio are next. 5/10,000ths of a second.
3 wide into one.
Wheel to wheel all the way through the corner.
Drag race to the finish. It is dead even.
Races 11 and 12 here this weekend at Mid-Ohio. After this weekend, just 4 races remain in the 2008 championship. Hi, everyone. I'm Bob Jenkins along with Robbie Buell. This is a natural terrain road course, a little over 2.2 miles in length. So, Robbie, what are the challenges for the driver here?
Well, it is a challenging track, but this is a very technical racetrack. And to be fast lap after lap here, the drivers really have to be up on the wheel. But what I mean by technical is you have a turn-in point, an apex point, a track point. These drivers have to hit those marks lap after lap consistently and physically got to stay up on the wheel.
Let's find out who's on the pole for our first race. Here's Mike King.
With our pole sitter and second in Firestone Indy Lights Series championship points, Rafa Matos. Rafa, the pole important, obviously, you pick up a bonus point. So now you only trail Richard Antonucci by 14 points. Your strategy for this race?
Yeah, definitely getting the pole position was the most important thing for us. This track is such a difficult track to pass. So, you know, we're pretty much running the same downforce level. Myself, Frank, and I believe Antonucci. So just try to keep my nose clean on the start and, you know, try to have a consistent race, be good in the restarts, and try to bring the AFS Andretti Green car back to the victory lane again.
That's Rafa Matos.
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineup here at the top of your screen as we ask Robbie for the keys to this race.
Yeah, what a fantastic circuit here in Mid-Ohio. But key one is lap 1 survival. And that key is not mine. That's what our pole sitter, Rafael Matos, he said. I said, what's the key to this thing? He's like, I need to survive lap 1, getting through that potential cluster as they all break and get into turn 4 in the S's there. From there, the next key is focus, doing the same thing lap after lap, hitting your marks, being precise with the car. Don't lose focus. From there is opportunity. Opportunity to capitalize on the guys making mistakes in front of you. Opportunity on restarts after they bunch everybody up.
We have had 2 doubleheader weekends this year in the Firestone Indy Lights Series, and the first race in both of those doubleheader weekends have been run by Rafael Matos, and Antonucci has won the second race of our doubleheader weekends. The green flag comes out on the backstretch, and there it is, and a nice jump from the pole sitter, Rafael Matos, as they head up now through the S's.
Well, they were spread out when they crossed the start-finish line, and all that is a good thing because hopefully it gets everybody sorted out through here because that is a key to this race, survival. There we just had it. We definitely got a little damage there on the 6 car, the right front.
The 6 is, of course, Daniel Harrington. It's a 24 Wade Cunningham.
Tough. Here we go. Let's watch it come. Look to the inside of our screen there. See the contact right there.
Oh, yeah.
So Harrington was on the inside and just kind of bumped that wheel of our past champion here, Wade.
And J.R. Hildebrand just missed that little incident. They head down into turn number 3, and there is Bobby Wilson going to the inside of Johnny Reed. So Johnny Reed started this race in 3rd position, and he's fallen back to 5th.
You know, you always, you know, the first couple laps are always the most challenging because you got to get the tire temperature up, the pressure up there. And remember, there was a 2.5-hour ALMS race prior to this event. Different rubber on the racetrack. Another huge variable to how this race will play out. How are these guys going to adapt to these different track conditions?
Now Johnny Reed in the 9 car is falling into the clutches of the 26, driven by Ari Lyondike Jr., who is in his 57th Firestone Indy Lights race. There's the battle for that 5th position. Meanwhile, Matos has jumped out to a rather comfortable lead over Carrera. Antonucci running 3rd, then Wilson, and then this battle for 5th spot.
Yeah, and when we look at Ari there, he definitely wants to prove something. He wants people to know that he can drive on these road courses, and he says, if I can get a podium on both these races this weekend, that would be good. And he's coming off a good finish, so pretty happy with his race car.
Lyondike still trying to get the position from Johnny Reed. Johnny had his best starting position of his career in 3rd position, but he did lose a couple of positions here in the first 2 laps. Here's Mike on pit lane.
Yeah, you know, kind of an interesting situation. situation with Johnny Reed. This is his 5th start in the Firestone Indy Lights Series. The team owner, David Hunt. This is the Integra Motorsports team that does this in cooperation with Chip Ganassi Racing. They had very high hopes, Bob, at the start of this race. They just missed. Starting on the front row by 100th of a second as Frank Pereira and the Guthrie Racing car got them. But I'm sure right now they're a little bit upset that that car is going backwards. They thought they had a car with Johnny Reed that could go to the front here.
Man, Lyondike and Reed came very, very close. They rubbed wheels, it looked like, through one of the corners.
Yeah, and you know, Ari, the best place to pass is at the end of that straightaway. When he looked down the inside, couldn't quite get it done. But remember, this is a new team, as we just heard from Mike, and these are new cars for Johnny Reed, but they get better and better. The black and white results are shown. But if you watch every session, these guys are quick. Johnny's quick, and they're getting there. Unfortunately, they're not going the direction they want right now, but it will come. It will come.
Reed's best finish so far this year in the Firestone Indy Lights Series was the first race at Watkins Glen. He started in 7th position and finished in 10th. Matos leads over Pereira and Antonucci. More from the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course in a moment. Back at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for the Firestone Indy Lights. The first of 2 races here at this facility this weekend. Rafael Matos from the pole position has the lead. He right now has a 2.5-second lead on second place Frank Pereira. There is Frank. He started in 2nd position, and Frank is driving for Guthrie Racing. Let's get more on that from Mike King.
Well, of course, Jim Guthrie, former IndyCar Series driver and race winner. And now, Jim, you are overseeing and orchestrating a 4-car team. 2nd front row start for Frank Pereira in the last 4 Firestone Indy Lights events. Are you, though, going to have a yellow and hope for a good restart in order to catch Rafa Matos out there?
I don't know. I think Frank's holding back. He's just got this sense about him. He just likes to drive the car just like he's on a cruise. And at the last minute, he pulls off a quick lap like he did in practice, both at the Glen and here. So I think he's just holding back. I don't think he's showing his hand yet.
How about your other 3 cars today? How are they performing?
Sean and Logan are nose to tail. Pecorari had an engine issue or misfire and it quit. But the ISOT Guthrie team's doing good today.
Okay, so Jim Guthrie, he thinks that his driver, Frank Pereira, Bob, has something for Rafa Matos. It's just a matter of when he pushes the button.
He's swindled it to 1.8 seconds. Meanwhile, back here, there is James Davison, car number 11. He's running 7th. Right behind him is Jeff Simmons. And then Ari Lyondike, who lost 3 positions just a short time ago when he got off course.
Yeah, and we're watching these guys right here. When you're racing somebody, probably the cleanest area to pull a pass off is right here. Going into turn 4, big braking zone down to 2nd gear. But you have to be close enough to that guy in front of you, even to tease him, even to make that move. And it's tough. It is absolutely a tough racetrack to pass. And something else that these guys are going out and say is, okay, look at all these twisty turns. I need to have a lot of downforce in the car to get through there. But if I'm further back in the pack in qualifying, I need to run less downforce for that one opportunity to pass. So it's you know, if it was easy, everybody'd be out there.
So getting set up for a possible pass in turn 4 really depends upon how well you get off the 2nd corner, the keyhole, and on the accelerator.
Absolutely. Power down out of the keyhole is that's what gets you in the position to make the pass.
Anna Beatrice, the winner in the most recent Firestone Indy Lights race, has not had a particularly good weekend. She started back in 19th position. Oh, and there is the 15 car of Battistini going around. Dylan Battistini, who's won 3 races this year in the series, gets back on course at the top of your screen, and there's a whole gaggle of cars, including Anna Beatrice.
Yeah, and that's because that was just a local yellow. These guys are still racing. When we see them all battling to get into the keyhole there, it's just a local yellow for where that spin was in turn 1 with Battistini. And here it is, coming down into turn 4, big brake zone. Gomez is by. Cindy's looking back down inside. Guthrie's poking his nose in.
Cindy Alleman in the 18. Sean Guthrie, and now we jump on board with Anna Beatrice.
Great little section of the racetrack. Again, all twisty turns. That's where it's so difficult to pass. There's really nowhere to pull along and inside somebody. If you do get inside somebody, your competitors call you dive bomb me. I mean, that's the way you're going to get it done. And your odds of taking each other out are definitely there. So let's ride along. This is known as the carousel. Patience here, patience. The car sometimes washes out. Now pick up the throttle. Here goes the throttle. More throttle. Up through the gearbox.
Now right there is the finish line. We start on the back stretch. That was a finish line.
Yep. And now turn one. Love turn one. Fourth gear, just a little lift. Very fast. Got to have a well-balanced race car. Now we're looking at the keyhole. Again, maybe a good opportunity to pass here. But again, tough. Down to second gear. So now this is where you said, what sets you up for the pass? Right now, put the power down, Anna. Go, go. There it is. Up through the gearbox. Get up to sixth gear here. Probably about a top speed of 155, 158. You need to draft on the cars in front of you to bring you along. Now you're coming down to turn four. This is just an absolute rhythm combination. Down the hill, now up over the car. Gets a little light right here. Squeeze the power back down. Coming back to turn 7. This is a difficult, this is all uphill, and it gets light again. The car gets light there, and you come over this corner 9. We've had a lot of guys go off because you're wanting to carry the speed and get to power through there, but it is just difficult. And this fast left-hander is in turn 11, third gear. Great stuff.
Well, last weekend in Nashville, Anna Beatrice made history, becoming the first female ever to win a Firestone Indy Lights race. She sat down with it this week to discuss her landmark victory and her championship hopes for this season. Here is Anna Beatrice coming off turn 4 and becoming the first female in history to win in the Firestone Indy Lights Series. How about that?
She's the real deal going forward. No two ways about it.
Yeah, it was just amazing weekend. It was my first win in Firestone Indy Lights. I was really, really happy. My healthy choice, some Schmidt crew, did a really good job. My car was really fast since the beginning. After the second yellow, I was asking, so how many laps you got? How many laps you got? And we got 20 laps, and it took forever to end it.
That's becoming, other than the Borg Warner, one of the most coveted trophies in the IndyCar Series and the Firestone Indy Lights Series. That Gibson guitar.
Yeah, I love the guitar. I don't know how to play guitar, but since I signed with Sam Schmidt and I knew that Nashville we were gonna win a guitar, I was just really excited, and I told the guys, oh, I want to win the guitar. And it happened. It was just really amazing. I feel more relaxed now and really happy, but now I'm really determined to get better and better and try to fight for the championship.
She's very fast. This isn't the last time we're going to see her in victory circle, I'll tell you that for sure. She's a great girl.
Beatrice is currently running in the 16th position here at Mid-Ohio. We're watching the leader of the race, Rafael Matos. His advantage over Pereira has grown to 3.4 seconds. This young man has a great future ahead of him, talking about Rafael Matos. Down to Mike King, who's with his car owner, Michael Andretti.
Yeah, the AFS Andretti Green Team very interested. They're keeping their eye on the monitors here as Rafa leads this race. Mike, you told me that you were very impressed with what you saw Rafa do at Nashville last week after making the mistake on the start.
Yeah, he did a great job. You know, first of all, he made a really good save at the start, and he kept himself from spinning. So that was a good one, and then he just drove a good heads-up race to get himself back up there and get some good points.
To see a driver be able to maintain his composure like that, I mean, he had to go to the tail of the field on a track that was very difficult to pass. What does that tell you about this guy?
Well, I think Ralph is something special for sure, and that's the reason why we have him in the seat, you know, and he's been doing a great job for us all year, and he's learning on the ovals, and I think it was really a good learning experience there in Nashville for him.
Hey, Mike, thanks. That's Michael Andretti as he watches and waits, hoping to celebrate in victory lane with Rafa Matos. And Bob, if that is the case, Rafa Matos will max out here with 53 points. 50 for the win here at Mid-Ohio. He'll pick up a bonus point for being on pole. He will lead the most laps. That's 2 additional points, and that means he'll go into race number 2 here at Mid-Ohio as the Firestone Indy Lights Championship leader.
And in the Firestone victory lane, we will have another draw to determine where the winner will start in race number 2. And you know, Robbie, it's great to have car owners like Michael Andretti in the Firestone Indy Lights Series. Next year, we've been given the indication that there will be another car owner in the Firestone Indy Lights Series, a very familiar name in open wheel racing. Forsyth Racing is going to join the group.
Yeah, and when you say the name Jerry Forsythe, obviously been very successful in open wheel Indy style car racing. But when I was coming up through the Indy Lights ranks, he campaigned a lot of good efforts. Greg Moore, Dave Everingham, both won championships. So again, I don't think we've ever seen such a level of quality competition in terms of teams and drivers that we're seeing right here for road course racing. And now we have another experienced team that's going to join us next year. The notches just keep going up and up.
Sure does. 7th, 8th, and 9th right here. James Davison, number 11. Right behind him is Ari Leindijk, who passed Jeff Simmons a couple of laps ago to go into the 8th position.
And it is. You know, we're just watching these guys on the back section of the racetrack. Very twisty section. There's turn 9 where the car just gets real light and crests over that hill. Lots of times you see guys drop wheels. You just can't pass here. These guys are just buying their time and waiting for a little mistake, a little hiccup with the guy in front of him. And again, seeing Jeff Simmons back there, he's had a very good handling car back through that section. But when it comes to being on the straightaways, and I remember I'm saying it now,
Logan Gomez is off course.
But Jeff, getting back to Jeff, he just said the car wasn't getting down the straightaways fast enough. So don't know what happened to Logan. It looked as though he just pulled over there. So obviously maybe some type of problem with the race car.
Logan was running in 12th position. Here it is. Yeah, he's just slow and decides to apparently pull off the course.
Yeah, I know there's been some drivers and teams lately that have been having some problems with some input shafts. So maybe something, you know, that could be just a recurring problem there. So frustrating for a driver when this is race 1 or race 2, and where you finish here is how you're going to start race 2.
Logan's best finish of the year came in the second race at Watkins Glen. He started on the pole that race and finished in 4th position. And sounds like that the gearbox is going to be the official cause of the DNF for Logan Gomez. There's Matos. Now he enjoys about a 3.6. It widened a poor 4.2 just a couple of laps ago, and is now 3.6 seconds ahead of Frank Pereira. Still a very comfortable lead for Rafael Matos. We'll be right back. And Mid-Ohio, Rafael Matos continues to lead, still with about a 3.5-second lead on Frank Pereira. This is definitely the best battle on the racetrack. It is Davison, Simmons, and Leindijk. They've been going at it for several laps now. And Leindijk did have the 7th position, but lost it to Simmons right here.
And there they're coming up on slower traffic. Brent Sherman, a little contact between him and Davison, and Ari's just kind of stuck out here on the outside. Lost out on that deal. Nothing you can do. Just be thankful he's running. I mean, that was Battistini. I said Sherman, Battistini. Thank you.
Yep, and Battistini is not having a good race. He's back in 17th position. Less than 3 laps to go. Damage on the left front wing of Davison.
Yeah, you know, I don't think that's a big issue. I mean, all that is just the wing plate. The actual main plane that's generating downforce there is still effective. Obviously, if it breaks off more and the air will spill off the side of that wing, then it's an issue. But you can see on the back section of this racetrack, the slower, twisty stuff, Simmons has been all over it. But he's been all over him all day. Simmons just can't get down the straightaway.
And this is the transfer spot, Robbie. Now, if you finish in 7th on back, you know where you're going to start in race number 2. But right now, Davison is in 6th, and depending upon how the draw goes in victory lane, it could be that he'll start on the pole.
He's got that opportunity. He could stay right where he is, but he's got that option. So I don't necessarily.
Very important that Simmons passes him is what the point is.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's what they're thinking about right now. I think Davidson's going, I need to hold on and keep him behind me regardless of where that pill draw goes. And there he is. He's looking downside. He just can't get up. Jeff just can't get up alongside him close enough to make a good, clean pass.
Now he comes up on the other Panther car. This is Brent Sherman, car number 16.
I can say that Sherman this time.
Right. And he's running in 16th position, and we've seen him on several occasions during this race move over and let the faster traffic by.
Yeah, there's some days when you just don't have a good handling car. Hey, let the other guys get on with the race. And that's just what Brent did. He said, hey, let them get on with the race. I'll have a good race car another day. I don't have it today.
Again, Rafael Matos clear out in front by over 3.5 seconds now. We continue to watch this battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Don't turn one. That's a big move, and he got it done.
Wow.
He had a great run off of the carousel and got that pass. And Ari wants to take advantage of it, but Davison has the inside as they're going into the keyhole here.
Wheel through there. Who's going to emerge? It is Davison.
Yeah, but now Ari just says, hey, let me get on his tail and hopefully draft him and get inside him as they go into turn 4 at the end of this. He's not close enough now.
White flag has gone out for Rafael Matos. One more lap to go around this 2.25-mile, 13-turn course here at Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, Rafa's done a good job. Just bring it home now. You know, he's been solid. You know, his toughest thing here is that I just want to get through turn 1, lap 1 and turn 1. And if I know if I can do that, I can run away. And he was in qualifying. He was a half a second quicker than Pereira.
Yep.
So fast car, fast driver.
Rafael Matos on the final lap on the right part of your screen. We watch this battle on the left. There is Matos now as he moves up through the S's. Rafael Matos looking for his 3rd win of 2008 and his 5th career victory. He's just a couple of corners away from doing so. There's turn 8. Here is turn number 9. Up over the hill, down the hill, and headed for turn number 10.
Yeah, that's a nice deal for the Andretti Green guys. Gary Peterson with AFS. They put out nice race cars, well prepared.
Matos moves into the carousel. Off the final corner, the checkered flag waves. Rafael Matos has won race number 1 here at Mid-Ohio, and he has taken the points lead. There's Gary Peterson.
And really a pretty quiet race back after Matos. Pereira in 3rd, Antonucci in 3rd. Antonucci in 3rd, Reed in 4th, Hildebrand in 5th.
There are the top 5 at the top of your screen. Finishing in 6th position was Simmons. Davison was 7th. Lyondike was 8th. Andrew Prindiville was 9th. And Pablo Donoso finished in 10th position. Let's go down to Mike King in the Firestone victory lane.
So here he is, the driver that dominated race number 1 here at Mid-Ohio, as Rafa Matos is out of the 27 car. Let's extend our congratulations to him. Boy, you talk about domination, Rafa. That is it. You led every lap, and well, tell us about it.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried before the start about the downforce level we're starting, but we made the right call. The car was great. You know, I lost a little bit of time in traffic when I caught Mark Olson, I believe. But, you know, everything went well, and I just got to thank the whole crew, AFS and Andretti Green. We'll see. We may be leading this championship after.
By 3.
We already are?
Yes,
that's good, you see. So I'm very happy. This is what we had to do. We accomplished today, and now just keep our heads, you know, in the place and try to achieve the championship, which is the main goal.
Okay, Roger, but before we head to the podium ceremony, Roger Bailey, the executive director of the Firestone Indy Lights Series, will put the chips into the bag, and 0 through 8, the number that can be drawn, and we'll see if nothing will be inverted or if up to 8 drivers will be inverted for the start of race number 2 here at Mid-Ohio. Rafa, what number you got there? 4. So Rafa Matos will go to the outside of row number 2. That means that Johnny Reed will start on pole here for race number 2 at Mid-Ohio. Bob? Johnny Reed will be on pole position, and Richard Antonucci will be on the outside. Stay with us. We'll be back for race number 2 here at Mid-Ohio in just a moment.